think we're live. So give me a second here. Hey guys, I'd like to thank our sponsors, the B Token, the future of home sharing. Hey guys, I wanted to thank our sponsors, Bank to the Future, a global online investment platform that allows investors to invest in fintech companies and financial innovation. With over 50,000 accredited investors already active on the platform, they managed to raise $30 million for their new token in just 15 hours. Check out the link in the description of this video below to learn how you can become whitelisted today. All right, folks, what's going on? I realized I just played an old sponsor video. That is one of our sponsors, Bank to the Future. Check them out. They are live with their, I think the whitelisting might be still be going on. But today we're going to be talking about, today's February 12th. My name's Stan Capizzi here with CryptoSomniac.com. And today we're going to be talking a lot about Puerto Rico and the tax haven that it is. And my face has disappeared. Here we are. And we're going to try to answer some questions. We'll have a typical night afterwards. We'll try to answer some questions of the market and so forth. And I got you guys pulled up on the screen. And we're going to just try and answer some questions. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing. Some stuff going on here in just cryptocurrency and Puerto Rico. So there is a movement happening. Is it a squiggle boom indicator on the left? The squiggle boom indicator. This is what I use to make my thumbnails most days. It's a picture called Pick Monkey. This is not a squiggle boom. We'll cover the charts in a little bit and talk to you about what's going on with everything. But hit that thumbs up button and hit that heart wherever you are, and let's try to answer some of your questions. So am I playing the 5-year game or the 10-year? I'm playing the 10-year game here with cryptocurrency. So this is definitely a long position. Let's open up the markets and let's talk a little bit about what's going on. So this all started about a week ago. I just recently found out about this. And let's type in the New York Times Puerto Rico article. So there's a movement that has been spurred by Brock Pierce. He's the founder of Block One, and alongside him is his buddies Dan Larimer of EOS, and of course the CEO. What's his name? It's something like Bloom. I forget the name. Let me pull it up. CEO of EOS. His name is what is his name? Brendan Bloomer, that's it. CEO Brendan Bloomer of Block One, and then Dan of EOS, of course. So they're all together. There's this big movement going on in Puerto Rico right now. A lot of people are moving there for everyone commenting on the glasses. Do they make me look smart? I got a lot of presentations here to cover. Maybe I should wear these in some of the prezos here coming up. We're going to Dallas this week, just 3 days from now. We leave Thursday, so I got to prepare for that a little bit more. But this is live, by the way. Yes, Jeff. And we'll be answering some of your questions. And I see your questions about Puerto Rico being a tax haven. So let me just cover what happened here. So about a week or two ago, and this has probably been in the works for a little bit longer, Brock Pierce is funding $1 billion of his own money, recently made billionaire from crypto, of course, an early investor into a lot of these things, Bitcoin and EOS and a lot of other things and so forth. And what they're doing is they're creating a crypto utopia in Puerto Rico. And I've been doing a ton of research ever since I read this article. It's a great article. I'll link it here. Maybe you guys can see it in the chat. Not sure. Maybe it's clickable. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But they are starting a movement, and they want to build an entire city off of blockchain and crypto, payments, growing your own food, very green, economical, stimulated all with blockchain technology. They're building it from the ground up, and they were looking for a great place to do this. And they picked Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has recently been devastated by Hurricane, I think it was Maria is what it was called, about 3 months or so ago. And some of the parts of the cities like San Juan, the capital, are all right, but there's a lot of devastation going on, and they're looking to build a completely crypto utopia. A new city where virtual money and contracts are all public to show the rest of the world what a future could look like. Blockchain, a digital ledger that forms the basis of virtual currencies, has the potential to reinvent society, and the Puertopians want to prove it. So there's tons of billionaires flocking there, and they say the disaster of Hurricane Maria spurred their interest and made a great place to do it. Of course, and they say tax haven is not their largest incentive. Let's not get it mistaken here. The tax incentives they are definitely are a big advantage. You know, they've downplayed it, saying that it's all about supporting the island, rebuilding infrastructure, and so forth. But it's about the tax haven. And there's a couple of things. So as a U.S. citizen, there's a lot of advantages here. So you get to retain your citizenship by moving to Puerto Rico. It's a territory and not a state. So they don't fall under the same type of tax regime that the rest of the country does here in the States. They have zero federal income tax. They have zero capital gains tax. And they have very, very lucrative business tax. It's about 4% business tax, corporate tax. So very, very little to almost none to very little taxation on a number of things. So you can move yourself as a resident there, and you can move your company there through what's called Act 20 and Act 22. That's what Snay and I are doing. Act 20 is for your corporation, so you can move your corporation down to Puerto Rico, and Act 22 is to move yourself as a resident. You have to be an official resident of Puerto Rico to enjoy the tax regime. Now, there's a lot that goes into that. There is... and let me just finish some of the things about this article here before we keep diving into that. But Brock is investing $1 billion to buy out a ton of land. How much land? It says it somewhere here in this article. I forget how much, but they're kind of creating like a little hub, a little, what do you want to call it? What's the right word I'm looking for? A little like incubator essentially for cryptocurrency and a hub, and I think it's awesome, and I want to go build something down there. We're talking about our ICO right now. We're working on our own white paper to launch our ICO later this year, and it's going to be great. I think it's going to be really cool. I've never been to Puerto Rico. I've traveled a lot of places in the world, but I think it's going to be really cool, and we're going to go check it out next month. We're going to be down there for a couple of weeks, and we are working with a couple of people that just are really excited. We are like, it looks really cool. Everything that I've seen looks amazing on this, and it's a tax haven. So you apply for Act 20, you apply for Act 22, and you'll probably get accepted. And what you have to do is you have to move there, and you have to be there presently for 183 days out of the year to enjoy the tax regime benefits. You have to be there for 183 days, which is one more than half of the year. So you could do anything and everything in between as long as you're there for 183, and you can capitalize on the 0% capital gains tax on crypto. And I'm going to be real with you guys. Of course, it's going to be amazingly cool to be near a crypto hub, build some cool shit with people around in the space. But I like the tax benefits too. I live in California, perhaps the worst state in regards to taxation, and I have a lot of crypto assets, and I will be making a lot of crypto assets over these next several years. And there's kind of two plays on it here. You could see a world where we're involved in crypto to crypto forever, and maybe we never have to cash out. In fact, a lot of our contractors and people that work with us, they accept crypto. We like crypto. We like crypto. We love crypto. We like accepting payment in crypto. We love paying people in crypto. And we could get to that one day where we don't need to worry about withdrawing to fiat and worrying about taxes. That could be 5 years. That could be 20 years. That could be 100 years. That could be never. Crypto could fail. I don't think it fails, but that's a topic for a different discussion. But that's one scenario where we live in crypto and we don't have to worry about that. So moving to Puerto Rico and the tax regime and everything does not matter, you know? Or you have the former where, you know, it takes a lot of time and you want to cash out. Maybe 5-6 years this thing gets to be in a bubble and you want to cash out some crypto. And when that happens, you don't want to be cashing it out like me in California. That is a lot of money, and it's a lot of taxation that they're doing, and it's a lot of money. By moving to Puerto Rico, you can almost double your income overnight by not having to pay federal income tax, capital gains tax, very, very small gains on or taxation on what's it called? Your company, 4% corporate tax. So there's a ton of advantages And I'm super excited. I'm wearing my little Hawaiian looking shirt here because Sine and I are headed down there. And if anyone's there, reach out because we'd love to meet up and get a better idea of what's going on. We're going to try and we're going to this conference here where we actually inquired to speak, but they did not get back to us. So we just bought tickets, regular tickets. And we'll try to answer some questions unrelated to Puerto Rico after this. So save your questions, and we'll get back to them after the prezzo here, after we talk about Puerto Rico. But there's this presentation here, or conference rather, in Puerto Rico, March 14th to the 16th. I'll be there about a week before it, and we'll be there a few days after it. Snay and I are both attending with a couple of our employees as well. We have a couple of friends attending, and we're looking forward to learning more. This is literally almost all about Puerto Rico, and they're trying to become an epicenter of this $1 trillion or soon to be $1 trillion market cap. And I think it is amazing, and there's a ton of great speakers there. Dan Larimer, Brock Pierce. I'm going to try to connect with them while I'm there. I have not gotten a chance to speak with them yet. I know a lot of these guys in the space. I've worked with some of these people here. I've worked with Crystal before. I've spoken to Ricardo here, a couple of the guys in the New York Times articles, some of the blockchain lawyers and CPAs, but we're looking to get onto the ground floor and maybe learn a little bit more about this stuff, especially from Brock, Dan, and Pierce, because they're kind of leading this movement here of Cryptopia. The governor of Puerto Rico is going to be there next month, so we're looking to just get inside and know some more information. And there's Dan, of course. And we're going there next month, and we're going to find out as much as we can, see if it makes sense. This is the CEO of Tether, actually, Reeve Collins. We actually inquired to speak. They didn't get back to us, unfortunately, but we'll be there. We're attending for a couple of weeks, and I think it's just really cool. I do really think it's cool, and I think what we'd like to do is build something sustainable, be a part of building up a new infrastructure, and be pioneers in it. In fact, I think we already consider ourselves pioneers in the blockchain space. Of course, we're no billionaires or anything like Brock and the Ripple founders and so forth, but I find it really interesting, and it's about being a little bit bigger, being a little something bigger than what this really is. I think rebuilding something from the ground up, being a pioneer in it, helping contribute to the space in any fashion, I think is really cool. I respect it. And building a city all of blockchain technology, man, I'm all in, dude. I am all in. Like, I love blockchain, and if Bitcoin goes to zero, so be it. But I'm here for the ride. I'm all in, basically. I've been all in for the last 2 years or so. I literally had exhausted all my funds and put them all into crypto, and I very rarely have any fiat on the sidelines to invest in crypto. Like, I'm all in on this mission. I'm a very strong believer in blockchain and Bitcoin. Blockchain, if nothing else. Who knows about all these other cryptos, but I'm all in, and I think that this is going to be really exciting. So Snay and I are applying for Act 20 and Act 22. We're still in the process of submitting our application and seeing if it makes sense. And next month, I think we'll have a better idea. We've both never been to Puerto Rico. This will be my first time. I've been to a lot of places. I have been to the Caribbeans and Mexico and places nearby, but I haven't been there to Puerto Rico specifically before. So it'll be very interesting to see what we find, to see if it makes sense to move. At worst, we're just applying to see if we get accepted and see if it makes sense, because it takes a couple of weeks probably for your application to pen, and I could see myself doing it. And right now we're actually in the process of starting our own ICO, where it's going to be built from and built out of. We're talking to developers in San Francisco. We're in the process of just getting that moving and gathering resources and lawyers and all that shebang stuff, all that good stuff. Somebody asked on Twitter, what city were we thinking about? We don't know, to be honest. And if anyone's familiar with Puerto Rico and is great, we'd love to meet up perhaps while we're there. I'm staying there for 2 weeks in March. We're going to take a look and see where it is. They're creating this city called Sol. That's the crypto Utopia that they're building. And we're going to take a look at it, see what it looks like. Of course, San Juan is the most attractive, as it is the capital, and we're going to be concerned about living. We don't want to get blown away in a hurricane. We want our house to be standing, so I don't want to, get blown off of this rooftop here in the next hurricane. So we are entertaining a lot of ideas right now. trying to open up several offices. We're already based in Los Angeles. We're looking to open up offices perhaps in Puerto Rico as well as San Francisco. We do have concerns regarding the infrastructure and the power grid. We do. There are a bit of concerns, but it would be cool to rebuild something. I'm all right without power, I traveled for a while. I traveled and I've lived in, I'm a very interesting man. I've got a degree in engineering. I have my license in real estate. I'm an educator in blockchain. And money for me, it's not really about money. It's about building something cool at this point. I used to actually, just over a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was changing sheets for a living in hostels because I just loved being around those people that are nomads, traveling, getting to see the world, what they're talking about, how they think. And for me, it was all, connecting with those types of people really just doing something bigger than themselves. I'm beyond, wanting money at this point. It's just all about innovation. How do you build cool things? Sustainability, green stuff. I'm an engineer still, so I love blockchain. I love green stuff. I love stuff that keeps going. I'm looking for something a little bit more. So I'm all right. I can live without power. I changed sheets and I lived in a box in Thailand that was 100 degrees every single night. And all I had was a little mini fan to keep blowing on me. And I changed sheets and I made $0. It was just to live. But for me, it was because I was, invested in cryptocurrency and it was going up and it didn't really matter. I was free. I was doing whatever I wanted and I was just meeting cool people and getting to know the world. And money wasn't my objective. So I'm just here to learn. I love to learn. I'm always reading. I'm always doing new things. I get very ADD-ish. I don't like to sit around a lot. I'm always trying to build something new or different. I'm trying to work on our ICO right now. I love the idea of learning a second language. I love throwing myself into some territory that I'm unfamiliar with. I just want to do something cool and different and build something. So if we can build a company, an ICO, a cryptocurrency that's making a difference, build an infrastructure, an incubator, anything, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to me if I have to live without power or piss in a pot or as long as I got a home and a roof over my head most nights, and it doesn't get blown away in a hurricane, I'm all right with getting down and dirty and on my hands and knees. Literally, I'll scrub a floor. I'm not above mopping floors if it's for a greater cause. I was reading Elon Musk's book and it's really cool, and he's like, he made that analogy that as he's walking through the different offices, he travels a lot back and forth from SpaceX to Tesla, and even the guys from the guys out there building the rockets and welding metal and stuff, he talks, the people mopping the floors even get the mission, get the idea of getting to space and interplanetary living. And they all are in for the ride and in for the mission because they know everything that they're doing is contributing to that greater cause, whether it's mopping the floors or, building metal and the rockets. So, I'm not beyond that when it's for something greater. So, obviously we need power, but I'm all right. I can go a couple weeks, a couple days, or a couple hours and be off the grid. That's all right with me. Obviously I can't operate a business with complete zero power, but I'm down to get nitty and gritty at the end of the day. I'm down for, whatever. So what other questions? Let's see what you guys are talking about on Facebook. Make sure that there are some ladies in the Utopia. Yeah, there definitely needs to be more women in the space. There's not enough. I think it's unfortunate because a lot of men dominate this space, and it's not entirely healthy. Women make a lot of the decisions behind the scenes. It's kind of interesting. Men and family are represent households a lot, but at the end of the day, you have to get your wife's and significant others' approval, and a lot of times they are the backbones of a lot of financial decisions, believe it or not. So it'd be great to see more women in the space, especially in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. There is a dire need for them. And like I said, they are always there behind the scenes, when it comes to big financial decisions, and more than you think. Men are, believe it or not, very dominated by what the woman says in the relationship, So, what else? Best strip clubs in Utopia, 100%. So cool you were in Thailand. Someone asked how long was I in Thailand? I was there on and off for a year. I lived there for about 4, 5, 6 months. Left and came back several of times. But it's a great country. What else? We'll talk about the markets and so forth. Beyond that, we're going to a lot of conferences, and we're just really trying to expand the company and be global and have different offices. And what else? We are, like I said, working on our own ICO and try to service people best. And I've basically, what was I going to say? I'll be attending a lot of conferences, and believe it or not, that's where we found out a lot about some of the ICOs we invested in firsthand. And let me walk over to our website real fast, cryptosomniac.com. So we had the Cryptosomniac Advantage if you're interested, and it's going to get a lot better. We just released it last month, and it's really great so far. We've been operating it. It's an upgrade from the old Moon Lounge. And I'm going to a lot of conferences, and I'm going to be finding out a lot of insider scoop, and it's just going to get a lot more interesting. We're doing a lot of networking these next couple of months, especially with building our own ICO. There's going to be a lot of opportunities to pool ICOs. There's going to be a lot of information that we do there. It's a subscription-based newsletter where we send out a lot of updates on different things. We send out ICO rankings and stuff each month, market updates, what we're buying, what we're selling, premium and first-hand media coverage. We keep you up to date with our portfolios and what it's looking, and we're adding a ton of new features in it. You can even try it free. It's free for 14 days. Try it yourself, and maybe it's not for you, maybe it's not. It's always changing and getting better. So just keep on the lookout. We're trying to add a ton of stuff, and as we attend some of these conferences, we're going to be sharing some of that information in there. We've a lot of these different things that we've other ICOs, different cryptocurrencies that we found out about. We found out first by going to the events and networking with people, and we've found some pretty interesting pieces of info, and I think that's only going to keep happening. So take a look at the Cryptosomniac Advantage. Like I said, it's free. You can try it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. And we're always upgrading and updating it. So even what you get today is not going to be what you get forever. We're constantly trying to evolve it. And if you're new to crypto, I would recommend checking out our course. It is all inclusive. We cover how we chart, how we trade. It's a beginner's course. If you're new, we teach you how to buy your first Bitcoin, how to get involved in the space, how to do your own research, how to look and research ICOs. We have to how to chart, a whole bunch of stuff. So that's where you're going to want to start. And then we have one-on-one appointments, and both of these are free or 14-day money back guarantees. If you're not happy at the end of our one-on-ones, you can ask for your money back. We're happy to refund you. Same thing with the course. You can ask for a refund through Udemy, as that's the platform that it's hosted on. So if you don't find any of it helpful, there's kind of no risk. You get your money back. So we'll talk about some of the questions after Crypto Utopia in a little bit about the markets. Let me take a look at some of your other questions as we talk about it. Someone asked again when the conference was. The conference is 14th through the 16th. I am not in Puerto Rico right now, Fresh to Salt. Daddy Say and Uncle Sam are still at home. You'll know when I'm there because we ain't going to bring this big fancy green screen. So we're going to have some shots, probably walking around. We'll have some coverage of the conferences. And in fact, on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're attending the Bitcoin Super Conference, and we're speaking there. So if anyone's going to be there, let us know. We are going to be in Dallas in about 3 days' time, and we'll be speaking there. And we'll be trying to live stream from it, and we'll show you guys everything that we've seen. And we'll be streaming from the hotels, and we won't have the green screen, so you'll know where we are. We'll let you know. We are again, speaking here, this is this Thursday or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Bitcoin Super Conference. I believe I'm speaking on Friday. I have to double check. But we are going to be there, and we are, we are attending that. And then I'm going to Puerto Rico on the 9th of March, a few days before the event, and we're staying till the 20th. So I'll be there about 10 days. Snay is going to be there for about 7, the 13th to the 20th. So we are going to be all over the place. We're going to Consensus. We're trying to speak at Consensus in May. I think we're going to Dubai in April for a conference. We're going to be all over the place these next few months. And depending upon when the completion of our ICO is and when that starts, we will only be gearing up even more. So, hablo español. Yeah, sí. I took Spanish for a couple of years in school. Definitely would need to brush up on it, but I love people that can speak multiple languages. I love speaking different languages. I think it's very admirable, and I'm all in, man. I love just doing different things. I get ADD and I get bored fast if I don't, if I'm not learning and innovating and creating, and I get bored. So I'm really looking forward to jumping all into this Puerto Rico thing. I have no clue how it's going to turn out. Could be a disaster. Maybe we don't, maybe we don't move. Maybe it's not for us, but it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what we're going to end up finding. I don't know what it's going to be like. We're entertaining offices in New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles. We unfortunately cannot share anything regarding our ICO. We're still working it out. We can't share anything. So we'll share more when the time is right. But we're actually super excited about the idea. I think it's for real. It's for real. So opinions on short 30-day. Does sarcasm count as a language? I don't know. I don't think sarcasm does, but who knows? Opinions on the short-term 30-day most profitable flips. By the way, I speak 3 languages. Cool channel. That's awesome, man. Thailand Central Bank. I love green stuff too. Sam, we should talk. I am heading to Puerto Rico soon. Anyone heading there, reach out. We are excited to network and have a chance to speak to some of you and see what's going on. So again, we'll be there then. And why don't we take a look at the markets now? So I told you what's going on with Puerto Rico. It is a tax haven. I'm super excited to learn more about it. But why don't we open up the markets and see what's going on? Because it has been a couple of days and we see Bitcoin bouncing. We see Kyber network is something I've been keeping my eye on. And in fact, I want to pull up the charts of Kyber. That is one of the most attractive pickups, I think, on the market right now. So let's get the charts up and let me show you what I'm thinking. And I've been accumulating Kyber for some time now. It's one of those projects that as I've learned more and learn about the mainnet which launched yesterday, I've been liking it. I've been liking Kyber, and it's one of those rare cryptos that I've acquired more of, as time went on. So let's just go over the chart, and why don't I give some entry points? Because I've actually got some orders on it too, because I'm looking to buy some more, because I think this is for real. We broke down a little bit, and the RSI on the daily is moving towards oversold. So this is something I'm keeping my eye on, and I have some orders picked up and staggered along the way. And I'd love to just give you guys some entries and show you what I think. Because I think this thing is here to stay. I was super excited. There is decentralized exchanges out there right now that just don't work very well, i.e. BitShares, which I've tried to use. But I'm looking to pick up Kyber, and we've been able to stay within this here, and we are dipping below it. We kind of are breaking down. We were traveling on this, and we broke below that line. You can see that right there. We kind of broke below that right there, which is bad news, but good news. I mean, it depends how you look at it. Look, I'm looking at this for the long term. I'm not much of a trader. I'd rather get into something and just watch it grow over time. I don't want to buy sell my Kyber at $5 to hopefully buy it back at $4 and then miss the opportunity when it shoots to $25. I'm much more concerned with the wealth generation aspect of it than I am to just short-term flip and gain a few extra Kyber. That's not my concern. So it's good in the standpoint if you look at it and say, hey, it dropped below this line here and it's an opportunity to pick some up. And it'll be interesting to see how we kind of play this out. So I'm looking at this line here to maybe pick up a little bit more. It's done very well recently. We could see some pullback from where we currently are. But I have an order set right here at 0.02963, 0.000296. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't have any orders set below that, but I'm going to probably set orders below that, just small little ones, because I believe in Kyber and I'm looking to just pick some more and more and more up along the way. So right here is going to be one. There is not a lot of support right here. I'm going to say probably another one right here. And I'll draw them out in Satoshis for you in a second. And then probably another one here right on the 618 level. And then even a low ball one here that could get filled because I see support in this region here. Where's that line? And let me draw out some Q prices for you and what these orders are hit. So like I said, I have an order right now at this region here. Q price at, and those aren't the right Q prices, by the way. I'm going to give it to you in terms of Bitcoin. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So there's my first one at .0. And is my head in the way? No, my head is not in the way. So there's the first Q price for Kyber. I'd look again around this area here. 2.5 1 2 3 2.5. That's one. Here's the 618 level, the level that I love. And Kyber has had a great run these past couple of weeks. It's held very strong. So maybe we do get these strong pullbacks. But I don't know. Kyber's launching their mainnet. Just a lot of good stuff. Partnered with Icon. They've done very well for themselves these last couple of weeks. So, and here's just my real low ball order. I don't know that this one gets filled. And we need to get rid of that dollar sign. 18300. So here are my orders. Those are my orders for Kyber. And yeah, this is not financial advice by any means. These are my orders. I have one set here at the 29 mark. I'm going to go in and set some later at these other prices, these Q prices right here. And the marks here, I should really change the color of these lines. Whoops. I don't want that. Darn it. I don't like that color either. What is the default? Settings, background, whatever. These are the prices that I'd be looking to get into for Kyber. And I don't know if we'll see a pullback all the way. We could, we might not. Like I said, there's a lot of good news coming out from Kyber. I'm glad to see them do well lately. So I did talk about Puerto Rico, JDR. You'll have to rewind the stream if you want to learn more. We just spent about a half hour talking about that. Is there a way the public can view your entry prices for these altcoins, like a publicly viewable coinage? So we are looking to add to the Cryptosomniac Advantage kind of like a buy-sell recommendation board, which we'll be adding in the future, which will kind of be, I guess, that, right? With good entries for some of these cryptocurrencies. Thank you. About the shirt comment, we got our, I don't know, Hawaiian looking shirt on today to talk about Puerto Rico. Let's see, what other questions do you guys have? By the way, if you like this content, hit that thumbs up button, hit that heart, share it on Facebook or Twitter, and you can share it for a chance to win some free cryptocurrency tomorrow. And we'll pick a winner for free crypto later. What else? Thoughts on Amazon's impending announcement about accepting Bitcoin on the 14th? I don't think Amazon accepts Bitcoin anytime soon. I don't think that happens. I think that's rather unlikely. I don't think it's here yet. I don't think we're at that stage yet. In fact, Coinbase just recently announced that they're having their own pay with PayPal button kind of thing that they'll be looking to add into. I don't think it's here yet. I don't think we're at that in the future. Their Coinbase Commerce button where you can pay with crypto. So that'll be kind of cool, right? What other questions? Can you talk a little bit about OMG? You know what? I want to talk about OMG because how can we establish 180 if we travel all the time? Any ideas? Well, at the end of the day, you just got to make time for it. You know, I love to travel too, and you just got to be there 183 days out of the year. And I heard you can actually front load those 183 days if you'd like as well, where you can actually stay there maybe for a year or two, and those days roll over to the next year. So maybe they stay there for a full year, your first year, and then the second year you only spend 2 or 3 weeks there because you front loaded yourself during that first year. So maybe that's an option. But at the end of the day, you know, you have to set up shop for at least 183 days in Puerto Rico to take advantage of that. Let's look at OMG because OMG has been on my radar, and it has held fairly well on its own recently as well. But could it be declining more or not? It's very strong. I mean, let me take a look at its evaluation in terms of dollars for a moment. Because I'm telling you, OMG is one of those coins that has been chilling for a long time, and it's a winner. It's a winner. And let me draw some stuff. Let me draw a Fibonacci retracement, which I love to use to help me decide when a best entry point is for a crypto. And let me refresh this because I hate this new white color that I accidentally made my Fibonacci retracement. Let me see if the settings clear if I refresh. Because, damn, that is not what I want to see. Let me draw this Fibonacci again. Oh, no, it stayed white. How do I do this? Let me close this out. And let me open up Coinigy again. Because that white color, I'm just not liking it. Please. How do I get my old settings back? Oh, no. All right, hold on. How do I get back to the default settings? There's got to be a way here. Defaults. There we go. There we go. Oh, wait, what? Where'd my color go? I just hit default. There we go. Okay. So let me load up the chart again for OMG. Got my colors back. OMG. And I'm going to look at it on the daily. I'm definitely not looking. Oh, that is ugly. We need to look at this on Binance. I'm definitely not like a short-term flip kind of guy here. I don't like to look at this from the vantage point of, yo, how can I make an extra buck or two? I'm in it for the long term. I bought Ethereum at like $5-6, and I remember selling it at like no, sorry, my first purchase of Ethereum was at like $7 or $8. It rose to 11, and then it started falling, and I think it went to like $5-6, and I sold some, and you know, I lost out on literally like 1,000x return almost. Not all of it. I didn't sell all of it, but my first purchase was back then. I sold some, and back then it was, you know, several hundred Ethereum because it didn't cost me all but, you know, a couple $1,000, nothing fancy. So I'm not concerned about penny pinching or anything like that. But anyway, Fresh to Salt asks where I decide to draw my fibs. There's a couple ways. You know, you can look at the local min to local max, the last point at where we've been before, and you can also pull it in and just go from one min to one max. Like you can see the last time we were at a low was like down here, and this is the max up here. And you know what, let's look at Bittrex because there's definitely a lot more history on Bittrex's end. You can draw a fib from, you know, this low to this high because this is like one local min to one local max. And you could do the same thing here. This is one local min back here to this local max up here. But I guess to addendum to that, it's funny because there's not a lot of history behind this. So you could even have other fibs, but you could even draw like a fib on this. Like this is one local min from there to there, and you can get some information about swing trading at a smaller interval and make a decision as to when to buy. You could look at it differently, and you could drag it all the way down to here. I think it depends on the type of trader you are. If you're looking like short term and make flips, maybe you want to look at it and zoom in here at a smaller interval. But I'm going to take us back to the end of December at our low and do that. And honestly, just in general right now, I'm going to tell you that OMG is a great buy. I think it is fantastic, and it's a great cryptocurrency, and you're going to make a return on it if you're thinking about the long haul. Now, if you want to get in at better prices, I've said this before and many times again, I look to get in at this region here, this 618 level, and I'll be interested to see where OMG goes. In general, I think it's just very cheap and discounted right now. I don't know if it gets to that point or not. It is something that usually happens more often than not, where we get back down to this area here. And then there's other times where, that obviously doesn't happen. The markets are in a tricky situation. I'm sitting here wondering, if Bitcoin goes up, are the alts going to go with it? Or is Bitcoin going to just, suck the blood out of all the alts, and are they going to further decline? I'm kind of in the middle, where I think a lot of the altcoins now have a lot of their own room to grow with or without Bitcoin, independent of what Bitcoin does. I think there is some kind of correlation there, but we're at a pivotal moment right now. So if we're looking at OMG in the shorter time frame, I'd look for more like the 0.001346 region here. And you can see there's just a lot of room to swing trade. Like you can see this. And if you're a swing trader, you're going to want to zoom in on, this smaller short-term Fibonacci that I have drawn. If you're looking more like the long term, you can look at it like this. So there's different ways that you can assess it, really. But in general, I think OMG is a fantastic buy right now. And in due course, it's going to explode to a couple hundred, 80, 70, 80, 90, $100 in a very short amount of time when the mainnet and stuff launches. And I think it's beginning to get out there, or get there. And I'd recommend laddering in those orders like I always do around some of these key levels. If you're looking to buy OMG in the short, like in the next day or two, and you want to set some orders, let me just grab this and I'll give you one good order that you can just run away with and throw that in. And it's going to be this. Let me draw it out. Where is text? Here we go. I'm just going to give you one. I'll delete all these others. 0.00 134,900. That's going to be it. That's where I'm going to be looking to get in at. That is where I'd be looking to get in on OMG. Right here, if you're looking in the next day or two. Disregard the $1,000 total. Just that. That's my Q price for OMG. So, new haircut and glasses. Good look on you. Thank you. I appreciate it. We are hoping the glasses make me look a little smart, right? What else? I like those last two questions about ZCL fork. ZCL fork strategy out of ZCL and into BTCP. I'm actually not familiar with any of these things here. The Z Classic fork and the Z Classic into Bitcoin private. I haven't paid attention to that, actually. I just really haven't. I don't know. There's so much stuff going on with forks. It's just, I don't think it's worth it to follow it. There's all these, like, you can benefit from having two monies and airdrops and all kinds of these. I just have not paid much attention to all that stuff. I don't think, I don't know. I'm just not interested in the hard forking stuff and all that. I'm honestly not into any Z Classic. I don't own any. It's not something I follow. The only privacy coin that I really care or hold is Monero. So we have looked into IoT chain. We've talked about it here on the channel. What do I think of DGD? Is that Digibyte? What is DGD? GGD? Oh, DigixDAO. DigixDAO is kind of cool. It's the one that's pegged to gold, basically, with a backing of gold, which I kind of believe. I get behind that idea. If you like that, and geez, these Telegrams alerts keep popping. But anyway, I think it's cool. Do you think a beginner should be buying altcoins or wait until a certain point? I think you should wait until you get familiar with the markets. Jim Guns there on Twitter. I think you should just try to learn with Bitcoin first and get an idea of what is, what, get your feet wet and learn a little bit. And, that's how we all start. We gain a little bit, lose a little bit, start with Bitcoin, and then move on into the altcoins. And right now, I want to cover something, and I just want to show you an example. Remember when I was covering VeChain, and I talked about it the day that I sold it. I sold VeChain here on the channel with you guys all the way back up here due to some indicators that I saw, and VeChain was massively run up, and I've made money on that. And you can see that, like, I'm looking to buy back in at this area here, and I don't know what to say. Like, it happens all the time. We experience run-ups, people get greedy, and they buy up here, and then it just, shoots themselves in the foot. So VeChain is on the decline, and if you're a long-term investor, there's bouncing opportunities. I'm just looking to rebuy. I'm more of like a swing trader that likes trades at weeks and months to a time. I'm not looking to buy on my lunch break and then sell it later that night at dinner time. I mean, I just don't have the time for that. But there's money to be made regardless of the way you want to trade. But I'm someone like this. Like, I sold my VeChain up here, not all of it, of course, because you never know. But it's paid off. My Bitcoin has made me. Let's take a look. Price range. It's 25% right there. Off that right there. I sold somewhere up like over here. I didn't get the top exactly, but 25% gain. That's a 25% gain on your money, and now I'm going to go pick up 25% more VeChain than I had before, or something like that. I didn't sell all my VeChain, so it won't be quite that much, but I'll be able to pick up some more VeChain. So what platform do I trade on? I trade on primarily Booboin, KuCoin, and Binance. Booboin. But yeah. Litecoin was a hard fork of Bitcoin. Monero was a fork of Litecoin. Some forks are legit. Bitcoin private might have legs. I agree. I mean, some things do have legs. I haven't been following it. It's not. If I'm not discrediting it. It's just I don't know much about it. I haven't done the homework on it. It's not something that I feel that the community has been talking a lot about. It's nothing that anyone in my inner circle or influencers that I normally speak with have alleged or appointed me to take a look at. So I'll if it's worth looking at, I'll let you know. Ven price, yeah, right here. This is the Ven price. This shitty circle here, 0.00032. Somewhere in this region here, if you're a long-term trader. Like I said, there's opportunity to kind of bounce in these regions here. We just slipped through, so your first order might be here if we get to here. But yeah, somewhere in here. And then somewhere in this region here. This is not to be confused with a squiggle boom. HPB is still promising, bro. Absolutely. Let's take a look at it. HPB is so new. It's under the radar. It's not listed a lot of places yet, but I think it definitely has some potential. And don't over leverage yourself. Don't take more than you can afford to lose. I think it is an interesting play. It's a good crypto. 100 on PRL or GVT. They're vastly different projects, man. I mean, Hey, that's weird. Why did Pearl not come up in our website? Looks like that is an issue. We're going to have to get that fixed. Interesting. Anyway, Oyster, Pearl, and GVT are vastly different types of projects. I'm not going to say one over the other, really. Um, that tends to happen, but Z Classic is quality, so hopefully people will hang on to it or think twice before. Same code as Zcash, but currently way undervalued. Bitcoin Private is also legit / cool. Maybe it is. Like I said, I just haven't followed it. Tronix, this is a good time to buy. Honestly, you know what? Let's chart out Tronix. There are a few buys right now, and we've talked about a couple over the last few days. I've been looking at QTOM, I've been looking at Dragon Chain, and I've been looking at Tronix. Some of these coins, they got hit the hardest, and because Tron was so run up, it is a good one. And I should do a follow-up kind of to Tronix. There's been a lot of news coming out of it, obviously, but there is... and honestly, this is like an outlier. You really just need to do this for this, basically, because I think Tronix was so overrun up. That candle wick is just vastly out of kind of proportion as to where we stand. But Tronix is one of those coins that is pretty far low. It got hit one of the hardest, and it's crossing on the daily. It kind of slipped back under. And it is not a bad buy right now. And I honestly, doing all my research on it, I think it's one of the more legit coins out there. I know there's been a lot of FUD on it, but man, it's being listed on exchange after exchange after exchange. Developer hire, developer hire, developer hire after another. I really take into consideration how many exchanges a coin is on. And look at Tron these last few weeks. Justin Sun promised us an exchange a week. This is no joke. Like, they're on every exchange. There's some serious liquid behind this project, and I respect that. There's coins up there that are just not anywhere near this level. You know, Verge has been plummeting slowly but surely because, you know, I talked about Verge. I think it's a shit coin. But take a look at, if you know, for example, Verge at 24 exchanges, nothing compared to Tron, and it's brand new. You know, I take that into serious consideration, how many exchanges you're on. You know, if we want to take something, you know, down the line here, you know, let's like look at some of the newer coins out there. You know, Tron is no newer or younger than, say, you know, even Request Network, for example, both around probably the same time frame. Let's take a look at Request Network. We're on 21 exchanges. Tron is on 50, 60 some exchanges. Like, it's serious. It's not a joke. So I think the FUD is just a great opportunity to buy at a good price. I really do. And my bad, Monero might not be a fork of Litecoin. Yeah, I don't think it was, to be honest. I don't think they were hard. Wow, Revain, holy shit. Revain was one of the few ICOs I participated in earlier last summer. And that is starting to get really high in valuation. And if you are anyone, could be a good time to sell off some Revain if you have Revain, especially after this run up here. It's over on KuCoin, I believe, and not a bad project, but damn, that is run up, man. That is run up. I was very surprised to see Revain do so well in such a short amount of time, but not a bad project in my opinion. But number 36 on CMC, that's pretty big. So what you drinking, a roofie? I don't know. I'm drinking this Limu Burn thing. It's like a protein shake / coffee thing. I'm tired and I just needed a little boost. I'm starving. What do you think about Ripple Western Union deal? I hate Ripple, but it's getting interesting use cases. Look, I've held Ripple. It's not my favorite coin, but I've advised that everyone should hold a little bit. I'm not your personal advisor, but my suggestion and personal opinion and thing is that, you know, I'm going to hold a little bit, because I think it has a decent use case and it could be the bridge between fiat and crypto. You know, the government's going to be all in on crypto? Of course not. And Ripple might help ease them into that transition. It might slowly get them to where we want to be, which is all crypto. So, yeah, I see your comments about Puerto Rico. We'll definitely update you. We'll be live streaming. I'll be live streaming. The streams might be just on my cell phone walking around, and we'll try to keep you updated on what we see, what we hear, what we find. I'd love to just learn a lot more about it. I think it's going to be cool. We'll see. We'll share with you what we find. And why don't we give away some free cryptocurrency? We will give away some free crypto yesterday. So random YouTube comment picker. So someone who commented yesterday on Snae's video about the market crash in the traditional stock market world and then crypto run up, we will give that person, someone, some free Tron. Again, a great time to get in on Tron. So let's do that and let's see what it does. We will pick a lucky winner. So here we go. And tomorrow, to be eligible, all you have to do is share this video if you like it on Facebook or Twitter. So Matthew White, you just won yourself some free cryptocurrency. Congratulations. We'll be in touch, or we'll airdrop that to you rather, and I'll move that up to the higher screen above, and we'll get that to you. So rock on, brother. Cheers. Share this video either on the Facebook channel, facebook.com/cryptosomniac, or Twitter for a chance to win some free cryptocurrency tomorrow. What else? If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do these videos here every day and try to answer some questions and just let you know. So hit that subscribe button and we will let you know what it does. And why don't we look at the questions on Facebook? So Bitcoin Cash, your opinion. Again, I think you should hold a little bit. I'm not all in. I hate Roger Ver. Like I don't hate many people, and I hate Roger Ver. I think he carries himself disrespectfully. And but that being said, I do like my money, and I think it's a good hedge. Just like I don't like Ripple, but I like money, so I'm holding on to a little bit just in case. I advise similar with Bitcoin Cash. I think for each Bitcoin you should have, I think you should hold about one Bitcoin Cash, just in case. There's advantages to it. I don't see it surpassing Bitcoin. I really don't. But hold on to a little bit. You never know. You never know. What other questions do we have? You demand. Roger is an ass. I agree. But, just hold on to a little bit just in case. That's what I'm doing. It's not a large percentage of my portfolio. Thoughts on Civic, the Key, and Self Key? So, yeah, I do have opinions on all three. Let's take a look at them. So we have Civic, which has been around the longest and the first to market, and they're partnered with a ton of people. They're by far my favorite. And in fact, we're looking to acquire in a partnership for our ICO with Civic. And I think they are very cool in what they're doing. Now, we got the new hot Self Key just recently. I'm not as big of a fan of it. I think it's late to the market, and it's very similar. I like the partnerships that Civic has acquired, and I feel like they're ahead. And then we have the Key, which our website isn't even tracking yet, so that's cool. What I like about the Key is that it's built on Neo, and it's kind of for the Neo smart economy, and Neo is an investor of it, and it's called The Key. So maybe it is on my website. The Key. There we go. Sorry. And it's brand new, and I like it. And that is not tracking the right data yet either. So we have The Key, and it is brand new, and it's out right now, and I like it. One of the 10 most influential women in China apparently is the CEO. I think it's pretty interesting. I like it. I think it has some potential, and I like it over Self Key anyway. But Civic is by far my favorite. They've been doing it a while. We have Vinny Lingham, who's been around the world and back, and offers a lot in terms of authority and public figure and all that. So yeah, I think it's cool. I like a little bit, small percentage of my portfolio maybe. Not a bad idea. So I think that's going to wrap it up here for today, guys. Thanks for joining the stream. If you like this content, feel free to share it on Facebook or Twitter for a chance to win some free crypto tomorrow. And then, of course, if you want to schedule a one-on-one with me or Snay, we do offer money-back guarantee. We can help you with whatever you want. We have the Cryptosomniac Advantage. You can try it now, 14 days free. See if it's for you or not. And then we have the video courses where we teach you how to get involved, learn about cryptocurrency, chart, research your own ICOs, and that's also money back guaranteed as well. If you don't like it, you can request a refund. So I think that's going to round it out here for today, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, looking really forward to take advantage of perhaps moving to Puerto Rico for the tax advantages there and really start and participate in this new crypto economy there that they're building. And I'm really looking forward to it. We'll be live streaming from the Dallas event later where we're speaking. Maybe Snay will be able to live stream me while I speak and all that good stuff. So I look forward to seeing you guys again, hopefully tomorrow. So until then, peace out, guys. Talk to you all very soon.